Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. As you will have seen from the title of this video, I've got some quite big news to share. Those of you I've been seeing in person, you know all of this already, and those of you who follow me on Instagram will have seen already I am pregnant. I'm currently 20 weeks, I'm halfway through, which feels exciting and scary in equal measure, and I'm feeling really good. I keep touching wood and I just don't want to jinx it, but I feel incredibly lucky to be having a pretty easy ride through pregnancy so far. I know that is not the case for a lot of people, so I really am counting my blessings. I'm feeling like I've got more energy than I did earlier on in pregnancy. First trimester was a little rough. More appetite. I'm literally eating everything in sight at the moment. I'm having to keep an eye on that because I just want to eat everything constantly. But yeah, generally feeling really, really good and so excited to share our news. So I thought in this video, I'll keep things fairly brief. I will probably later on in pregnancy make a video that talks specifically about my experience of yoga and pregnancy, both in terms of teaching yoga while pregnant and how my personal practice has changed and kind of things that I've learned along the way. But for today, I just wanted to catch up and say hi and fill you in on a bit of a project for the new year that I have been very excited about. So I wonder if you may have suspected already if you've watched any of my recent videos, because I've kind of forgot when I was filming that my scan photos are on the side of this bookshelf. So if you've got a keen eye, if you go back to the last couple of videos I've filmed, you will have seen those scan photos. You can't see anything in detail and I'm not going to share them, but you may have guessed what they were. And it was actually when I was editing the most recent yoga practice that I uploaded, which was a neck and shoulder release class. When I filmed it, I thought, I don't look that pregnant. I don't know if anyone will really notice. Then I started editing it and I was like, oh yeah, that's quite obvious. So if you watched and did that video, you might have suspected that something else was going on. We are due in April. Baby is due to come around Easter time, 2025. And I'm hoping to carry on teaching yoga until sometime in March. I think probably mid-March, because the due date is towards the end of April. So around about mid-March is when I'm looking to step away and start maternity leave. So I will see how it goes in the new year in terms of teaching. At the moment, it's been absolutely fine. I've started to adapt a little bit, so there are certain poses that I'm not doing. So laying on my tummy, I obviously can't do, so I'm not showing cobra and poses like that. But I can still teach them by giving verbal instruction. And actually, I would argue that it's making me a much better teacher because I am having to lean more into verbal instruction and giving really clear, detailed verbal cues, rather than just relying on demonstrating the poses and hoping that people can mimic and copy. So it's been a whole learning process, this adapting my teaching, but it's been a really positive one. So as we get into the new year, 2025, which feels futuristic and weird to say, 2025, a couple of things to fill you in on. I will tell you a little bit about this new project that I have been working on in a moment. But the other thing I thought I should mention is my yoga retreats. I am not going to be hosting any more retreats before maternity leave. I was going to be taking a group to Norfolk in January 2025, but I have made the decision because I wasn't entirely sure how well I would feel. I'm going to be a little over 6 months pregnant at that point. I didn't know if I would have the energy to be able to host the weekend in the way that I would like to. So I've decided to push that out by a year. So January 2026, if you want to plan ahead, I am accepting bookings for a weekend retreat in Norfolk. And I'm so excited about it. I know it's a long way ahead and there's a lot of stuff going to happen between now and then, certainly in my life. But having been there this year, January 2024, I know what a beautiful place it is and what a warm welcome we get there at this amazing retreat centre in West Lexham. So if you might be interested in this, you can start planning ahead, put it in your calendar now. It's Friday the 30th of January to Sunday the 2nd of February 2026. I will be hosting a weekend of yoga, great food, deep rest, meditation. It's such a lovely way to start a new year. Leave me a message below if you want more details on that and I can send you the booking info. I do offer really generous payment plans, so if you wanted to book it right now, you could spread the cost of your ticket over the next year and it would make things much more affordable. Anyway, I won't say any more about that because I could go on and on and on about how amazing these retreats are. Now on to the big thing that I've been looking forward to sharing with you, which is my Patreon page. If you have no idea what a Patreon is, let me explain. I've been wanting to find a way to share with you guys and with people who come to my classes in person some full-length classes that you can take home with you and practice in your own space. As you will know, the practices that I share here on YouTube tend to be snippets, smaller practices, things that you can dip in and out of, but it's very rare that I get to upload a full session where it's as if you were going along to a yoga class. So we have an introduction, there might be a theme for the class, there is breath work, meditation, there's a lot more depth to the postures that we're practicing, so we go a little bit deeper in terms of challenging ourselves in certain cases, or perhaps deeper in terms of a stronger release of tension in the body. And then we also get to go much deeper into our relaxation practice at the end, Shavasana. So what I have decided to do and what I've been working on for the last little while is pre-recording some classes that I can share with you over the coming months. So Patreon is going to be a membership site where you can pay a small monthly fee to have access to these classes. There are no full classes on there just yet. They're going to be starting from the start of January 2025. The first practice will be there on the 1st of January. At the moment, you can go and have a look. I'll put a link down here to my Patreon page. You can have a look around and you will see that the only available option at the moment is to join for £3 a month as a tip jar donation. So this is a way of tipping me, saying thank you for the videos that I've made. If you really enjoy the stuff that I share here on YouTube, this is something that you can engage with. And that'll be a monthly payment of £3 or $3 coming out of your account each month. You can cancel anytime you like. So you can do it as a one-off or you can leave it as a recurring monthly payment. From the start of January, I will be sharing those monthly full-length classes as well as some sort of behind-the-scenes content, and there will be occasional yoga nidra recordings, relaxations, meditations, extra content on there for those of you who want to be part of my Patreon membership. I'll share more about that as we get closer to it, but I really wanted to just fill you in on this project that I've been working on. And this means that I can have these classes pre-recorded, ready to go, so that when I take maternity leave, you can continue to practice with me through Patreon until I am back in action and ready to teach again. If any of that is unclear or you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you and clarify. Thank you so much for all of your support, and those of you who've commented on my Instagram post, I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how overwhelmed with gratitude I feel to be in this position and to be on this journey towards parenthood. I know that it's not an easy road for a lot of people, and I feel unbelievably fortunate that for Sean and I, so far, things have been fairly smooth sailing. So it's not lost on me how lucky we are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Take care.